GOG, sneaking a couple of W's this week, which is pretty good. Big fan. With the celebration of GOG's 16th anniversary, we're thrilled to announce our new initiative. We're launching the GOG Preservation Program, an official stamp on the classic games that GOG has improved, with a commitment of our own resources to ensure their compatibility with more systems and make them as enjoyable to play as possible. This initiative was created to make games live forever, and once again bring the utmost attention to what the center of our work has been for the last 16 years: video game preservation. And that's really cool. Sometimes you see old games on Steam and you're like, sure, I could buy this for a couple of bucks and have some fun, and they barely work in modern software. And that is a shame. That's a shame. You end up having to go to third-party patching tools and whatnot, which may or may not be the best solution sometimes. So this is a huge W. We begin with the release of 100 classic games from our catalog, with updated, improved or quality-tested builds, including masterpieces like Heroes of Might and Magic 3, E-Classic, Resident Evil Bundle, that's 1, 2, and 3 by the way, and Diablo Plus Hellfire. Visit our website dedicated to the program to learn more. If you'd like to read more about the initiative right here, please join us in the comment thread below. I will. One of our core missions from the very beginning was to preserve video games. For over a decade and a half, this mission has been our driving force. However, 2024 has made it clearer that ever just how vital this initiative is, and how crucial our role is in its continuation, as shown by the restoration of Alpha Protocol and the renewal Resident Evil trilogy, which apparently works really well on GOG. Congrats on that! Moreover, the Video Game History Foundation has recently shared that 87% of games created before 2010 are inaccessible today. 27%! By legal means, I suppose, but obviously they mean that. It's something that we cannot accept, and with the help of the gaming community, we are set on getting that number down to 0. I hope they do. There's some bangers from back in the day. I always look back on those. You guys remember Sacred? Sacred was a fun game. Apparently Sacred 3 was just trash. Keep looking at my copy of Sacred, okay? The GOG Preservation Program is how we'll achieve that. The GOG store identifies games that are part of the Preservation Program with a dedicated stamp. This stamp ensures that those games will run on your PC, hassle-free! And you can enjoy them just as much as you did the first time you played them. Oh, so good. These are not empty words. You can understand GOG's work on each game by looking at its preservation log. Even logs, you love to see it, man, you love to see it! Expect more and more games to join the GOG Preservation Program, both from our existing catalog and new classic editions. We have made great efforts to make it happen. We truly believe that with the program we can fight the entire situation of video games becoming inaccessible and keep them alive forever. Your opinion and feedback are invaluable to us, so please share your thoughts. And lastly, thank you. Your support and love for games make everything possible. That's huge W. Here we have their site. Grabbing is atrocious and spiritual. We have some stuff here. On the right there's another line. We have Fallout, New Vegas. We have Anno 1404. In Classic we have Diablo here. We have That You Keeper 2, Mist. Most of these sound familiar at the very least. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. And here I'll tell you a little bit more of the same. They have the full list below, but this is pretty much all you need to see, which is fantastic. Fantastic. Archiving for games, dude, I love it. I love it. And surprisingly enough, this is not the only GOGW on this week, because they are also fighting against censorship. Imagine that. We have here Took a Clampool created by Steamus. Too sexy. Interesting. Station Soft's latest Western release, Tiki Clan Pools, has allegedly been rejected by Steam according to the publisher for being too sexy. Tiki Clan Pools is a traditional dungeon RPG, similar to titles like Evanical, which has had its own run-ins with Steam censorship. Luckily, Good Old Games, GOG, has stepped up once again to provide uncensored and DRM-free games. Can I get this? Too sexy for Steam. Anime-style dungeon JRPG Tokyo Clan Pool can now be wishlisted on GOG and launches December 19th. Very soon. Over the past several years, Steam has been failing to uphold its strict stance on censorship, saying in 2018, "If you're a player, we shouldn't be choosing for you what content you can or can't buy. If you're a developer, we shouldn't be choosing what content you're allowed to create. Those choices should be yours to make." Yes. With that principle in mind, we've decided that the right approach is to allow everything into the Steam store, except for things that we decide are illegal or straight up trolling. And they have a bunch of straight up trolling in their store. There are some games that are just pure trolling. Steam has been implementing its policies against content erratically, banning games like Tokyo Clan Pool or Rise, and demanding censorship for others. Meanwhile, you can go there right now and find a game literally called Sex with Hitler. The Nintendo Switch is also continuing to prove itself as a platform for uncensored games, with other Station Soft titles like 7 Parts Age also being available. And it's really strange to me, because they literally have hentai games. And not only that, because you might be thinking, okay, but surely they're trying to limit the lolicon stuff. I don't think that's the case. Don't they have, what's the name again? Nekopada on Steam? Isn't at least one of the girls a literal lolly? It has spicy content, let me tell you. And if you come here to its page on GOG, you can't actually see anything explicit at all. I don't think this has any spicy content, which is even more strange. I have here some screenshots. Very normal looking screens. Actually looks really cute, not gonna lie. Sure, you have skimpy clothes, perhaps. Not. I've seen way worse in gacha games, okay? It's not worse than Magical Girls, by any means. Is it menu gaming? Obviously, it's a JRPG after all. I cannot see anything here that tells me, well, it could be kind of spicy. Kind of spicy is not enough. And if we see here the tags, we have adventure, role-playing, exploration, female protagonist, JRPG, mature, and dungeon crawler. And sure, they have the mature tag, but you know what other games have the mature tag? Yakuza games, The Witcher games. But this game lacks sexual content as a tag, or nudity as a tag, so I don't think it has any spicy content at all. And if we come down here for a second to the features part, we have and that's the young Prime Minister of Japan and her Moi cabinet members. Yes, it's probably mature because it has mature themes, as in you're literally the Prime Minister and you have to appeal to the citizens to have their support. And the approval of the citizenry for valuable bonuses or lose support for your mission. Sounds like an interesting mechanic. And if we come down here, yes, they have some games that are literally hentai games here, like Ranse. I'm not gonna open this just in case. If you go to Ranse, which is once again a literal hentai game, it has the proper tags like sexual content. Probably should have nudity too, I'm not quite sure. So what's the deal with Steam here? I don't understand. It looks pretty normal, it looks pretty cute, what can you say? So at the end of the day, it's really cool to have GOG, because if something happens to Steam, that being something like, let's say, becoming pro-censorship for whatever reason, or just completely crashing at some point, we still have another store. That's pretty cool. Just trying to keep a huge archive of all games and it's against censorship. So that's really good. That's really good. I enjoy that. I don't know what's happening here. I don't really know what's happening. I guess that these little creatures getting up to mischief. This is not good. Also, DRM free. Lovely. So good. I might need to check this game at some point. Seems nice, what can you say? So, GOG, seal of approval. Pretty good. Pretty good.